Peace, my people. It's your boy, Uncle Drummer, the South London SW16 representative. Yeah, I'm here in a place like Streatham. Yeah, kicking it live, mate. Right from the dungeons. Yeah, Uncle Drums. Anyway, I'm here today. I've got a big guest. He goes by the name of Uncle Errol.
Uncle Errol, performance poet, South London's finest.
Jeez, in the place with Uncle Drums. So you got two uncles. You're lucky today. Anyway, Errol, how is life treating you, my brother?
You know, life isn't treating me too bad. I get the ups and downs, but I'm happy to say there's more ups and downs, you know? So, but for the ups, I got performance poetry. For the downs, I've got my counselling.
Definitely. Definitely. So life's good, yeah?
Yeah, life's okay.
Alright, Errol, so what we're going to do, right? We'll kick it like that, yeah?
Kick it.
Alright, so let's start. Let's get this thing popping now. So, Uncle Errol, yeah? Looking at life right now, I would say, in life right now, it's more easier. This is my interpretation. It's more easier for a younger female to go out with an older man, yeah, than the reverse, yeah.
Okay, so
you understand what I'm saying about
so
that?
You're straight in with a relationship question, yeah?
Definitely.
So you're straight in there. Okay, well,
yeah. What would you say?
First of all, the question is apt because everything what's going on with us is about relationships.
Definitely.
So why not get in there? So you're asking me, is it easier for a younger female to go out with a older male, because
than
it is for
a younger male to go out with an older lady, because more time young men are not really attracted to older ladies. There's some guys who got fetish that attracted to older women, but more time it's like the reverse.
Yeah, and
would you say that that's correct?
I would say yes, that is correct. Even though, I would say that's correct. And if you check through history, that's always been the case. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So let's get in on that one. So,
I'm just wondering what's the point of the question.
No, I'm getting to it now. So, what I would say is this, yeah, like I can see where, from a young girl's perspective, where she can go and pick an old man, a man who's older than her, yeah. But I can't see where a man who's of a certain age will go and pick a young lady.
You mean you can't see how
I don't know.
You can't see how a man of an older age would go for a younger woman.
No, I can see. I can see why on a visual, but I want to know what is going on in an older person's mind. What makes him go for a younger lady? Not just talking about looks now. We're going beyond that. We're going beyond the looks now.
Let me try and answer that.
Yeah.
Okay, so beyond that initial rush of younger person, young
flesh, young flesh. Yeah.
Beyond that,
yeah.
I suppose an older man would want the things that anybody would want out of a relationship. However you want to define that relationship. So I guess an older man would want companionship.
Yeah.
He'd want maybe a different perspective, a different way of looking at life around him when you have younger people around you. Regular sex, that emotional thing of thinking that you're, you know what I mean, you're kind of young, you're not all crusty because look at me with my fine young girl, something like that. I'm just trying to be real and answer your question.
So basically he's looking for everything that you would normally get from a person that is his age, but it's just with a younger person.
Yeah.
All right, so
maybe he's looking to do is bring out his maternal instincts. Maybe he wants to do a bit of nurturing and all the rest of it. You know what I mean? People get together for all sorts of reasons, and you'll never ever sort out all the variables. You know what I mean? All the little, little trinkets. What's going on in our mind, which makes you want to connect with that person or that person.
Got you. All right, Errol. So I heard what you said there, and I've got an understanding of that, and that's good.
Yeah.
But what I would say, from where I'm thinking and where I'm looking, is that a younger girl going out with an older man, would that not bring a lot of insecurities? Like, what would make a man choose a woman that's half his age to go and settle down with her, knowing that?
All right, so you're asking two things. So you're asking, number one, would that bring certain securities, I guess, for the older person?
Insecurities, yeah.
Yeah, insecurities for the older person. And you're also asking, what would make a woman that age go out with an older man like that?
No, I'm saying I'm saying what would make the man,
yeah,
knowing his age, go out with the woman who is half his age.
Well, it's obvious. We've answered that part. Why a man would go out with a younger woman. We know why a man would go out with a younger woman. And I said it's for any of the reasons why a man would go out with any woman.
Yeah, I know what you're saying there. But what I'm saying is, yeah, like, let's take for instance, yeah?
Yeah.
This is a real pretty woman that I got with. Very, very pretty, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm not that painting myself. I'm just a bog standard guy.
Yeah.
I'm going out with this beautiful woman, yeah?
Yeah.
Having this beautiful woman around and her being mine can bring a lot of insecurities, because everywhere I go, everybody wants to admire her beauty, everybody wants to chat her up, everyone wants to try and get a phone
I see
number.
what you're saying. Do you think that's something to do with age? Because I can assure you that there's young people with their young girlfriend and they still got them insecurities, you know what I mean? That they're so insecure that they'll see a man who they think their girl might fancy.
And get upset.
The girl might not even be with him.
Yeah,
You just look at next thing, you know what I mean? You're pulling face at him, you know what I mean?
You're getting upset.
We're weird people.
Yeah, you're right.
Now, what you're saying here, right? If the man is secure within himself and he understands the levels, you know what I mean? And he's older and his young girlfriend wants to go out raving and all the rest of it, you know what I mean? And you just can't be fucking asked, you know what I mean? Then you should be secure enough to give her freedom and let her do what she wants, as long as she don't fuck anyone else, isn't it?
Okay.
That's all you ask for, isn't it? It's not much to ask.
So,
do what you want, don't fuck anyone. Isn't it?
Okay. So would you say that being a certain age of maturity and going out with someone that's younger than you, would you say that you give them much more leadway for them to go and do it?
Yeah.
So basically, you're making them live their life, whether they make mistakes or not.
Letting them live their lives, because, and this is advice for younger people as well. You could never put in enough things in the way to stop someone from cheating or from doing what they're going to do. You know what I mean? You may delay it for a little while, but if they're going to do it, they're going to do it. So so you might as well just give them their freedom, you know what I mean, and just be the best person that you can be at the time. Okay,
so a person that goes out with someone that's younger than them, an older man, are you saying that in his head he already knows this relationship is not going to work?
I wouldn't say that. It depends on what you call work, you know what I mean? This is what I call a relationship that works. There's two people, they like each other, they treat each other all right, and they get on well. That's relationship, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
You know what I mean? And anything else is like a bonus. If you decide, oh, we're going to stay together forever, or get married, or have children, and all the rest of it, you know what I mean? Not all relationships are aiming for that, you know what I mean? Some relationships are just there because you, at that moment, give to each other what each other needs, you know what I mean? And what's going to happen tomorrow or around the corner, you don't really know. So it's live for now, isn't it?
Oh, so it's a live for now situation.
Yeah, I'd say that's the best way. I mean, you're not planning too far ahead. So if you're saying to me, or if you're suggesting that an older man shouldn't get in a relationship with a younger woman because it might not be going anywhere, you're not going to have children, all the rest of it. As I said, people get together for
different reasons,
for all sorts of reasons, and really the age and all the backgrounds, I mean, don't really matter that much.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's got their preference, and everyone's got their tolerance.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good. I like that. That was very enlightening. All right. So, you see, like, when I think about younger ladies and older guys, ladies in general, not all ladies. So I'm not saying all of you, but a lot of ladies go for security. They go for security. Yeah. They want to be financially secured and want everything covered.
And they're more likely to find that in an older guy who's kind of sorted. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And a lot of men that are older go for beauty. So I can see why they're going with someone that's half their age because it's a beauty type of thing, but not on all cases.
Yeah, not on all cases.
Not on all
but
cases.
that's going to be one of them, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's going to be one of the major things.
So, what I would say is that when this connection happens, yeah, is it real though? Do you think that it's a real situation?
Okay, so I'm not sure where you're going with this. So when you say is it real, you know what I mean? What's real? There's levels. There's always levels. Of course, you know what I mean? You're in a relationship. Supposing you're in a relationship and you think to yourself, gosh, this girl, you know what I mean? What's she doing with me? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? She's so gorgeous, you know what I mean? And you got her on this pedestal. You're on the wrong tip right from the start there, you know what I mean? It's about whether you get on. It's about whether you get on. Now, there could be a relationship where, and I've got lines in poems about it, you know, like there are predators.
Yes.
There are predators walking about, you know what I mean? And their job is to, if somebody's walking around with a hole in their heart, a hole, you know what I mean? They want something filling, they want a relationship. These predators notice that and they step in. I don't know if that's where you're going with this. They notice it and they step in and they pretend to be the person, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it would never work because they never ever had any intention of the relationship working. And when I say working, what I mean is, right, you get on together, you get on well together, you know what I mean? You're not out to fuck each other up, you know what I mean? You're not enemies, you're getting on well together.
So what this relationship that you're talking is like, it sounds like a father and daughter situation, because it's not like
I wouldn't say that, even though of course it's going to bring out your, you know what I mean, like for instance me, yeah, I've got 3 daughters, you know what I mean, late teenage years and early 20s, you know what I mean. So of course if you are with someone who's a lot younger, they're going to bring out those paternal instincts, you know what I mean, but paternal instincts can come out because you're a paternal person.
Okay, yeah. All right, got that. So when it doesn't work out now, you know, I know that I personally think in my mind that 85% of that relationship trying to make it happen and make it work is going to come from the older male, because he wants to hold on to something. He wants this flower to blossom.
Yeah.
Do you know?
And the best thing he should do in that circumstance is not try to hold on to anything, not give it too much, just be, you know what I mean, not try harder when it's not working, but try less. Because when you try less, then someone else has to feel that balance if they want it to work, you know what I mean? But yeah. But you say these things about older men, but I would say that in any relationship where someone wants the relationship to work, they want, you know what I mean, they want the relationship to work, then they're going to put in more effort. The one
definitely, I believe that.
The one who loves the less puts in less effort. There's always a thing, isn't there, where 2 people are together and one loves less slightly than the other one. One's a bit sort of less bothered about how the relationship goes, you know what I mean?
You always got that.
This, yeah. But you can recognise that, and mature people sort of recognise that. They say, all right then, I know I love you more than you love me, you know what I mean? But, you know what I mean, your other qualities, your other ways, what you do to make up for it, I can live with that, you know what I mean?
So you try to balance it out.
Yeah, you balance it out, don't you?
So, when it goes wrong, when the thing goes pear-shaped now, via the other person, what's the thoughts that go through the older man's mind?
Okay,
at that
so
age?
I'm going to pull you up on one thing, right? When you said when it goes wrong via the other person.
Yeah.
Listen, sometimes the person, it's obvious why the relationship broke up. Sometimes it's obvious. You just think, yes, because she done that or he done that. But sometimes it's not as clear as that. Or sometimes the thing which looks like the most obvious thing why the relationship broke up wasn't it. You know what I mean? Maybe the relationship had already broken up. But the point I want to make is it always takes 2. It takes 2, you know what I mean? Nobody's totally non-culpable for the breakup of a relationship, you know what I mean?
No, but what I'm saying to you is,
but what do you do?
From the older person in the relationship, what goes through their mind at that stage when the thing has actually broke down? Now that's the end of it. How did they? What kind of feeling?
Well, I guess it depends on the reason why it broke up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, but what I'm saying, does it go back to a stage where the person's thinking like they start to regret putting that time and effort into someone because
you know
they start looking
there
back
is
at the key points
drama.
now? And, yeah.
This is true. There is that, you know what I mean? And I'm sure that if you've had a breakup, you sort of think to yourself, all the fucking time and energy and investment I put into that. And I think that's one of the reasons why when breakups they hurt so bad is because of all the energy and investment that you was doing, that you was trying to put into it. So yes, you're going to, but then you read the poems, you know what I mean? You read the poems about it is better to have loved than lost than to never have lost, you know what I mean? And you read the philosophy and you remind yourself that, listen, you put that energy in because you love that person, you respected that person, regardless of what was going on in her head. You know what I mean? And you soothe yourself knowing that, well, at least I loved, and at least I knew how to love, and at least I was being open and transparent. You know what I mean? And that's the only reason why, you know what I mean, people can do what they do. You know what I mean? And you just think, no, but at least I've done that. So
that's very good. That's very good. That's very good. So what about the people that can't take that role? What advice would you give to them? Because obviously some people, relationship breaks up and they start thinking about all the negative and this and that, and they don't start thinking to themselves, at least I did love someone, even if it was for a short period of time.
Yeah.
And what about the people that's on the opposite side of the coin now, who's feeling like,
okay,
fucking hell, mate?
So I would say to the people on the opposite side of the coin, talk to your friends and get empathy.
You think that would help?
Yeah. Empathy from people to remind you that you are wonderful, that you are desirable, you know what I mean? That this one breakup doesn't define you, or the things that you've done in it doesn't define you. You know what I mean? And just get that reminder. If you cannot get that reminder, then get freaking counselling. Get counselling, you know what I mean? Because you can get your empathy. And I'm not talking about sympathy, I'm talking empathy, like a respectful understanding of what's going on with a person. You know what I mean? Just to remind yourself of who you are, you know? Keep on being who you... Practice being who you really are, so that who you are not cannot continue to exist. And who you are not is heartbreak over relationship, and who you are not is anger over relationship, you know what I mean? So you got to practice, remind yourself, hold on, I'm a wonderful person, I've fucked up, you could say, but at least I put my love into it, you know what I mean? I know how to do that, and I know how to do that again in another relationship. You know what I mean?
So are you saying that when a relationship breaks up, are you saying that whoever was the main culprit to make the thing break up, are you saying that from a mature adult you're supposed to embrace that mistake and equal it?
And learn from it, not equal it with the person, which is what I
I don't mean equal. I mean equal it, like to say take some responsibility yourself. Is that what you're saying?
With yourself, yes. Take responsibility for yourself. Know that it was something that you got to learn over. You know what I mean? And then when you get out of prison, when the court case is done, and then when you get your counselling, you know what I mean, and when you get to the, you know what I mean, when you get to the realisation that the friends who knew you as a couple are no longer your friends and all the rest of it, and when you get over that, and then you remind yourself, hold on, I'm not crawling under no fucking rock and dying, you know what I mean, and I still got a voice, and I'm still out there, and I'm still alive, and let everybody fucking know about it.
I like that. I like what you just said there, Errol. I like that because certain people can't come to terms with that. There's a lot of people that I've probably broke up with in the past, and we had a set of friends, and now I'm gonna have to cut these people off, or these people have cut me off, and it's a hard one to grasp.
Well, they get judgmental, you know what I mean. They get kind of judgmental without even speaking to you, you know what I mean. They make your minds up.
They choose the side,
And not only that, they don't only do that. They want to come and tell other people that they should ostracise you and not be friends with you as well, you know what I mean? They do all that sort of shit, you know what I mean? As if that could ever phase, man. Truly. Alright, and
the way I see it, from my point of view, personally, when I look at younger ladies and older gentlemen...
Right, so the topic's younger ladies and older gentlemen.
I'm going to move on in a minute.
Yeah.
So the way I see it is like, God rest her soul, and then Nicola Smith, is it? And then Nicola Smith.
What did she do again?
She was an actress.
Was she that blonde one?
Yeah.
What, who went out with that old
man?
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? And I watched the story and you know, God rest her soul, but I looked at it and I thought to myself, oh man, that's harsh for the old man. But
Okay,
maybe he just wanted that.
He wanted
yeah,
it.
he wanted that because obviously,
You know, like the man's a
would've wanted it.
multi-millionaire and he wants it, and if you're a multi-millionaire, you can have whatever you want. So sod it.
No,
There's always somebody.
Yeah.
No matter how you want to, the world is like a massive buffet where you can choose to be, do, or have anything you want, anything that you want. So if you want to be a 80-odd-year-old millionaire, you know what I mean, who wants to get off with some old 22-year-old bimbo, the world will provide a means for you to do it.
Totally. But what I wanted to say was, for the young girls now, for the young girls that are going around looking for guys for not the right reason.
This is the thing, not the right reason. So, you know what I mean? Supposing somebody like, I don't know, needs somewhere to live, you know what I mean? Or they want a job. And the person who they're sort of vibing with can give them a job. And they look at this person and they think this person isn't unattractive. And if I was to fuck him, I'd get the job or I'd get this place to live, you know what I mean? But the person's not unattractive, you know what I mean? And then out of that, something starts to happen, you know what I mean? They spend a bit more time together and all the rest of it. Well, I don't know what is the wrong reason. I suppose the wrong reason is if you have no intention of having any form of relationship with that person. That's really the only reason that you are in any form of relationship is because you want to drain it, you want to take from it, you know what I mean?
That's what I mean by the wrong reason.
From it, you wanna play a man's emotions around. That's why you're in a relationship. The only reason you're in a relationship is to fuck up the man's head.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Because you got shit going on. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm trying to hit at.
You know what happens is when you get to a certain age, you start recognizing the pattern of people who go into relationships like that. You start to recognize that, you know, as forgiving as letting go as you are, you start to recognise the unrequited nature of the relationship. Because if somebody's out to get what they can't give themselves. They cannot do the things, you know what I mean? Those little intimate things that people who are fond of each other do, they're not able to do it. Or if they do it, they make such a massive deal about it. You know what I mean? You start to recognise the patterns. And what I do is, now that I recognise it, I just challenge them. I just say something, you know what I mean? Then how come you know what I mean? But now I'm not even going to challenge it. I'm just going to spend less my time with that as soon as I see the behaviour. You know what I mean? And it seems like lots of women I meet seem to have this behaviour where it's just out to get what they can, you know what I mean?
That comes as the security though. That comes in as the security, exactly what we said.
And is it a bad thing? Is it a bad thing to look for security?
I think it is. I think it is in a certain way, because the way what
about the man who wants somebody to look after and, you know what I mean, make feel secure? That's great. They want somebody to make feel secure, and then you got someone who needs a security.
That's great. But what I'm trying to say is this, is I think that you should keep it real. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? There's nothing wrong. You could you should keep it real. You should keep it real. Don't come in as you're pretending to be something, and then in the long run, people look at you and find out, right, he wasn't even about that. Or she wasn't even about that. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Or another trick is, what people do is, especially women, but it's only women I'm dating, so I can only refer to them, you know what I mean? What women do is they pretend they want a relationship. They'll say the things or they'll do the things to make you think that, oh right, they're considering it. They're not totally putting it off. But I tell you what, that the energy behind that, the energy of the prospect of having a lover, of having a love affair, that the prospect of it is more of a motivating factor than actually having it. So if a woman makes you think you're going to get it, whether that's sex, her fucking company, her praise, just hanging out with her, you know what I mean? Whatever it is, she's going to come around your house and give you a massage. Whatever it is, the prospect of that, listen, man will move mountains for that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Man will move mountains for that. You know what I mean? The prospect of it.
Exactly.
The only thing stronger than that, they say that, what is it? A standing cock. A standing cock has no conscience.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
but the idea of getting to that stage, with you know what I mean? And lots of women, I believe, have tapped into this.
Yes.
So that desire thing makes you motivate, and it can be fun at a little basic flirty level. It's a lot of fun. You know what I mean?
All right, Uncle Errol. So, still touching on that subject, yeah.
Yeah.
You're a man of experience. I'm a man of experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
You, like we said, that feeling. We know what that feeling is when a woman makes you feel like you're wanted or you're loved or I care about you or think about you. You know that feeling is very special, right?
Yeah.
Now, what I'm trying to say to you is now, it is disguised now. Yeah, it's disguised now. So people act like they're interested in you, but they're not really interested in you.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they're not really. But
they're not really interested, but they see something that they need from you.
Yeah. Now, this is where your own personal development and finding yourself comes in. Because what happens is, you know, deep down, when that woman or that person, you know what I mean? Because I shouldn't make it all about women, because men are master at these tricks.
Men as well. Men as well. This is a men and women.
I'm going to say women because that's who I'm dealing with, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What was I going to say?
You know, because you can pick up on that energy whether they like you.
Oh yes, yes. So you know, you know,
Yeah.
there's something inside you telling you that this isn't real. But the idea of the lust part of it, the bit, the ego stroking part of it, you'll override that. You'll override that. You know what I mean? Now, how true you are to yourself, and I think one of the pinnacle of self-development is being true to yourself. Is saying, hold on, I knew right from the beginning, you know what I mean, that I knew she was pretending, I knew it wasn't real, I knew there was something. You know, your body tells you can't always put it into words.
Okay, let me jump in right there. So if you're going to go back and say, I knew, I could feel that, I sensed that.
I sensed it right
How
from the beginning.
can she be real to you if you're not going to be real to yourself?
Yeah.
And you're only going to be real at the end when it's finished.
Listen. Very, very good point, you know what I mean? And this is something that I'm just learning at the thing, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's what we do that encourages the bitch in a woman to come out. Look, you got to think about it, right? Women, I love you all. I love you all. I love you. You're all I think about. But you've all got the bitch in you, just like we've all got the bastard in it, you know what I mean? We've all got that little thing. And I think what happens is that men, inadvertently, because of wrong advice and that, they can, and because of their desire, they can trigger that inner bitch in a woman, because you're saying to the woman, look, I'm not even worthy, I don't even worthy myself, you know what I mean? So like a woman sort of, you go out for dinner with a woman, you know what I mean? And she said, and you know what I mean, you've had a good time and everything's nice, you know what I mean? And you get out your thing to pay, you know what I mean? Now, if you don't say nothing about her paying, or let her say something about it, listen, the point I'm trying to make here is that if you insist on paying, if you insist on it, and this is just general, it's not in all cases, if you insist on paying, you are telling the woman subconsciously,
I've got you,
that I have to pay for your presence.
Company,
and you don't. But that's what you've told her. So you've instantly told her that you feel a bit of low self-worth. If you feel low self-worth in the presence of a woman, the inner bitch comes out. She may feel sorry for you and put her arm around you and all that shit. But no, that's not what they're looking for, bruv. You know what I mean? So you got to say... you get the bill, you say, right, that's 70, 40, I mean, that's okay. I tell you what, just gives a tenner, you know what I mean? I'll pay the rest of my card or whatever. You know what I mean? Now, she might say to her friends, tight word, you know what I mean, make me pay for the bill, but she'll have respect, you know what I mean? And I think that's what we do inadvertently. We desire too much, so what we do is we try to be nice. You know what I mean? Because you know how this shit works, innit? You know what I mean? We're nice to you and you love us in return. But now I'm learning at this old age of mine that no, this being fucking nice is signalling to the woman. And when I say being nice, you know what I mean? I'm not talking about being a cunt, you know what I mean?
You're talking about being a gentleman.
Being that gentleman shit, you know what I mean? Like agreeing with her of everything she's saying, you know what I mean? Freaking opening doors, doing things for her that which she can easily do herself. I mean, there's me on benefits, and I'm going out with this girl who's a university lecturer, so we've gone out for a date, you know what I mean? And I'm insisting on fucking paying, you know what I mean? She knows I'm on benefits, you know what I mean? Why am I insisting on paying? It's like I'm saying to her, no, look, It's about me. You know what I mean?
You're showing your manly side. Like,
but what you do is you show her that you expect equality. You know what I mean? And they respect that.
Let me jump in there. You're showing her that you will go the extra mile. She won't, because if she's got a big job and you're on benefits, she could turn around and say, "No, I know what situation you're in. Let me pay for that because I know you're not on guard right now. Not to take you down, but I know you're not on guard right now." That will make you feel like, raw. I have to get it to show this woman that I can. You understand what I'm saying to you?
It will definitely work that way.
Her sitting down there and saying that I'm not going to pay for the bill, I'm going to sit down there and watch you spend your gyro money, and you spending your gyro money is showing that you got a weakness.
What respect is she going to have for you? You know what I mean?
There's a weakness.
She's not going to think, "Oh, I'll make it up for him next time." She's just going to think, yeah, she might make it up next time, but she's going to think, "Nope, he's got a bit of low self-worth." You know what I mean?
Alright.
So what I was saying was, at the beginning of relationship, when she does something disrespectful or something goes wrong, and you don't pull her up for it, or you let it go without being resolved and all the rest of it, you know what I mean? Then you've signalled that you are prepared to do more for the relationship than she is, you know what I mean? And then they've got you, you know what I mean? If they're unscrupable, if they've got no scruples, then they've got you. How did we get onto this? How did we get on to this?
No. I'm just giving what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to give some young people and some older people some life skills because we all need it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I would say before you get into any relationship, go for relationship counselling before you get into it. So you meet someone you like, and you say, "Listen, we're getting on really well." You know what I mean? Instead of going to the theatre that night or the pictures or going for a meal, go to a seminar on relationships and that. You know what I mean? So that you both start off the relationship with this idea that no, relationships are hard, so we're going to do whatever we can to kind of make this work.
Would you say that maybe they should start going out to people their own age?
No. I think that all of you women, say between the age of say 25 minimum, and say 45, I think you should start going out with older men. I mean, older men such as myself.
25 and upwards.
And if you want to get in contact with me, I'm seeing Uncle Drummer, and he'll be my pimp. I mean,
all right, Uncle Errol. People, life skills from
Uncle Errol.
Life skills from Uncle Errol and Uncle Drums. There you have it. Just a quick breakdown on life. That was a subject. Older men, younger woman. We're out. Uncle Errol, Uncle Drums. Peace.
I hope you were taking notes.
Peace.
Peace.
All right.